Buenas sports fans, welcome to Sports Rappers. We're devoting this show to running, and we have Peter Prestley, one of the top distance runners on Saipan these days. Correct? Am I correct?
Thank you, Bob.
I'm correct, right?
That's an honor.
I'm not running. You're doing all the work. You're the one who earned it. Coming off this, the Festival of Runs that we had last Saturday on Saipan, coordinated by the Marianas Visitors Authority, and you are one of the top finishers in the half marathon on the men's side. Tell us, where'd you place? What was your time?
Yeah, I placed fifth in that race. I came in 1 hour and 41 minutes.
And in Saipan residence, where did that put you?
So second in Saipan residence. My strategy on that one was just to open it up at the start line and try and hang on. And there was a few Japanese runners ahead of me, and then I don't know if you know Jesse James, but he's a local runner, and he caught me.
Okay. All right, 141 half marathon. Now, how many half marathons have you done?
Two.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Have you ever done a full marathon?
No, I haven't.
Why the heck not?
Yeah, last year I tried the 50K.
And when I wrote this story, I said the insane 50K. Why would anybody want to run a 50K? That's 31 miles, right? Something like that.
Yeah, a long race. I'd been reading a lot about running and getting excited about it, and
there's a book. Tell us about the book. You read a book,
the
right?
book Born to Run.
Born to Run. If you like running, or you think about running, or you just want to read a good book.
Yeah.
Born to Run, not the Bruce Springsteen song, but it's the guy that ran with the shoes, right? That looked like
he gets into the theory of minimal running shoes, and that man's body is born to run.
Then why are we sitting here?
Exactly.
So you feel like you should be running now?
No, I'm happy to rest.
Okay, all right. So but you were already into running before you read the book?
A little bit. You know, the book kind of got me excited, and you know, Saipan's just a great place to run and be outside. So I started joining some running groups with Josh Berger and kind of.
Josh is great for the sport. Really helps promote it, and then his wife. What a husband-wife combo. Also inspiring and helping out other younger people to run. Also, now before you ran, what sports did you play? I know you played in the soccer league.
Yeah, I played a little in the soccer league, but that became kind of too much of a.
I haven't seen you out there lately.
Yeah, no,
okay.
It was too much.
So
too much time.
Hung up your cleats.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And I had been doing a little bit of triathlon, and mostly just like surfing and kiteboarding.
All right, surfing, kiteboarding, I can understand. Those are great recreational sports. Triathlon, well, you just sitting around the house one day and think, I'm going to do a triathlon.
Yeah, pretty much. I had a bike, and I had a friend, Russell Lorfing, that had been here, and we had planned to try the triathlon, the Xterra, together. And unfortunately, he went off island, but this was 2 years ago, and I just decided to enter it, and did well enough to qualify for the championship in Maui.
And you went last year.
And I went last year.
Well, tell us about that experience. After, I think when you came out here, now you work at the Attorney General's office. How long have you been here?
Right, 5 years now.
5 years. I think when you came, you were not a triathlete. Were you?
Right. No, I had done, a couple triathlons before, but wasn't that serious about it. So, but once I qualified for that Maui race, I decided, okay.
Yeah, because
I better train.
We're like at the beginning of the circuit, and then the World Championships is like 6 months later.
Right.
So you had time to really get into it. So tell us about that whole experience. You went from the Xterra Saipan, which is the crown jewel, it's called, and then you went to Maui. The competition, of course, world class, the best.
Right.
And tell us about that whole experience.
Well, it's a great race. I mean, it's just, there's people from all over the world there. And so when I qualified in Saipan, I thought maybe I should go, just because I don't know if I'll ever have an opportunity to compete in an event on that level again. So I hooked up with Louis Tenorio, who also went, and Butch, who Supplemente, yeah. And we just did a lot of training, and we all went over together. And
how'd you do over there?
I did well. I think my time was about 4 hours. So I'm going back this year.
So you finished in the top 500?
I don't,
Top 1,000?
Yeah.
Top 2,000?
I don't remember what my exact place was, but I did okay.
You're a world class,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you were in the World Championships, right?
Right.
It's like me, like my claim to honor, I was in the Florida State Frisbee Championships. So
Wow.
1973. I think that's about when you were born, right?
Right.
So a little bit about your background. Where'd you come from?
I grew up in Connecticut.
Same as Liz Wall, KSPN.
Same as Liz Wall, right? And I knew Liz pretty well when she was out here. And I went to college in Wisconsin. I lived in Oregon.
Where in Wisconsin?
Madison.
Oh, University of Wisconsin. Mm-hmm. You're a Badger. I know I got to badger you.
Yeah,
but...
yeah. Very cold.
Yeah.
And then I lived in Oregon. I moved to San Diego for a few years and then came out here to work for the court.
How did you get this job here?
Just through my career services office at my law school, and it was a one-year contract, and like many people, that kept getting extended.
Sure.
So that's been about 5 years.
All right, let's talk about 2014. You did the half marathon, and what do you have, like a calendar of events?
Yeah, I do. I mean, it gets a little crowded. You know, I want to do a lot more races than I actually can. I still have to work.
Yeah. What's that work? I've heard of that before. I mean, you actually, if you didn't do anything else, if you didn't have to work, you could use this as a base. There's so many races in Japan, Australia, Philippines, Korea, China, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Hong Kong. I mean, you could just basically use this as a base. And Mieko Carey, for example, a former Saipan resident, now on Guam, and did great in the 50K and won that. She basically, using triathlons to see the world. Robert Torres, the attorney here, uses running events to go see different places. And there was another guy that used to work at the radio station, Carl Pogue. Wasn't fast, not winning any races, but he would use a 10K or a half marathon or something just to go see a place. So he would combine the vacation with the running experience. You ever thought about doing that?
Yeah, all the time. So there's a great little kind of circuit of people that do these events between Guam and Saipan and Maui, and I'm kind of getting to know some of the people in that. In that loop, so it's a great way to travel and make friends when you're competing together.
It's a little community, and I imagine, unlike other sports there's a real rivalry, like team sports. We don't like to, when we play against Guam in baseball, there's really, it's a clash, But the way I see it with, tell me if I'm wrong, but the way I see it with running is everybody supporting each other. It gets more like man against the elements.
Yeah, there's a lot of camaraderie, and when the pros come here, as you know, we offer a lot of home stays, so some of the pros will stay with the locals, and you build relationships that way. So, and we do a lot of group rides. So, yeah. Now,
training. When we talked with Judge Teresa Kim Tenorio, she also did the half marathon. She said she had a training regimen for 10 weeks that she embarked on before she did that. So that was a 2.5 month preparation. You just don't say, all right, I'm going to do a triathlon Saturday. I mean, it takes a lot of preparation work. What is your kind of routine, your regimen?
Yeah, so I similar to the judge, I downloaded a program.
That's what she did
when I was getting ready for Maui.
Yeah,
I saw
did
her.
You do that?
I saw her interview last night.
Oh, you watch KSPN Sports? Good.
I do.
Great. All right.
So yeah, I usually I'll do like a 16-week build up, and then during the season, just kind of try and do enough races to maintain my level of fitness.
You have a race coming up? When's your next race?
The next one I'm shooting for is in June. There's something called the Pacific Triathlon Championships. It's like an inter-island triathlon.
Where?
In Guam.
Oh, in Guam.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, after 5 years here, do you feel like that you are totally acclimated to the heat and humidity? Is that like an advantage for you now?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. A big advantage. I noticed a lot of the Japanese tourists complaining about the heat on Saturday, and I thought, well, it's just another day.
Yeah.
And same thing when I was in Maui. A lot of the international guys from Germany and Europe, you know, complaining about how hot it was, and for me, it just felt like normal day.
Yeah. Your blood gets thinner, and you get used to it. What do you enjoy more, road running, running on the pavement, or trail running?
I like it all. You know, I like trail running. If I'm with some other people, I kind of enjoy running on the beach path if I'm, you know, in the mornings. It's nice to see the ocean.
When do you like running? In the morning or late?
I have to run in the morning because if I don't, then, you know, things get in the way and work gets in the way and the phone starts ringing. So.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I don't really run, but I walk. I like the morning. It's just still. There's that peace and serenity, and the sun's coming up off of over Mount Tapachao, and I like American Memorial Park. It's just a very scenic and beautiful place. So I think you're right on that. It's a great. If you live here, I mean, why would you want to sit inside?
Yeah, and there's a small community of bikers here, and you can head
and
up.
You have a road. You have 2 bikes.
2 bikes, road bike and a mountain bike. So there's usually people up there running and biking up in Marpi, and
yeah. I think one of the factors that's hurting triathlons here now is the airlines with the cost for bicycles. Very expensive. Just to go to Guam, for example, $200 I think now, but go back and forth, that's $400 to bring your bike. So when the athletes, do they all bring, when they come here, they all bring their own bicycles, or is there some sharing?
Yeah, there's a lot of sharing. The pros usually bring their own bikes, but they might bring one bike, you know, a mountain bike to do the Xterra, and then borrow a road bike to do the Tagaman.
So what kind of road bike do you have?
It's a Cannondale.
Very nice. How much is that?
Several $1,000.
$2,000. Okay, more money than I have in my pocket.
Yeah.
All right, and then your mountain bike?
Yeah, it's a Cannondale as well.
Both Cannondale.
Yeah.
Okay, and that also several thousand?
Yeah, I went in with both feet.
So when you said you got serious, you got serious.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, but on the swimming part, what do you invest in goggles?
Goggles.
You have professional goggles.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
What kind of shoes do you wear?
I have a lot of running shoes.
How many pairs of running shoes?
Maybe 10.
10. Wow.
Yeah, I started off on the minimal shoes. And then I really injured my foot, so lately I've been using these shoes called the Hoka One Ones, which are the kind of really thick-soled running shoes that give you a lot of padding. And
that's the opposite of the minimal.
Yeah, they're called Maximal.
Oh, I was right. Okay, so you like the Maximal?
Okay, I prefer the minimal, but
because you've read that book, Born to Run, and you know, and they're making that point, and that's really helped promote that one, the shoes that fits like a glove. And I know Cooper was running with those things, and I've seen several. But it just seems like when you're going to do a half marathon, there's so much pounding on your feet. I would think that more cushion is better. And then you look at somebody like Chang Jiang, who runs barefoot.
Yeah, I saw that guy.
You ever run barefoot?
No, I've had the Vibram, the 5-finger, the thin shoes, and I think you know, if you have sort of a light step, and you know, and if you're wearing those shoes, it encourages you to have sort of a more ginger, light stride. You don't want to really pound the pavement when you're barefoot. So.
Do you ever have any injuries running?
Yeah, right now I kind of have a foot injury, and I don't know what it is.
Plantar fasciitis.
It's not that. It's just something under the ball of my foot that's a lot of pain.
Bursitis.
You know, I'm waiting to see a podiatrist. I don't know if there's one on